was told. And it's been so long, but I'm finally home and walk better place to rest my weary bones than on this beautiful island where there's so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, yes. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, home, home. Sweet Grenada, yeah, this is home.
All right, Grenada, Carriacou, PD Monic, and the world, I'd like to welcome you. Yes, you don't want to press, but you will get pressed tonight. Welcome to another Mikey Life program, people. This is where it all happens. We are talking about the good, we are talking about the bad, and we are also talking about the Mikey, folks. Things that you hear nowhere else, you're going to hear it here on the program. Whether you're in Carriacou, Pidimani, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, you just name it. We're going to tell you things that matter, things that you need to know about. Now let's officially welcome the people who are viewing the program for the first time. Thank you for so doing. We hope that you'll be back another time. For the folks who are always on the program, the loyal viewers, boy, thank you for joining us. We are joined by the folks on cable channels 10 and 11, that is WPG 10, standard definition channel 10, high definition channel 11. Thanks for joining us, Jay and the technical team there. Blessings to you guys. All right, and for those of you who are viewing via YouTube, we know that you're there as well. We want to say hello to you guys. Now folks, let's see what's making the headline for tonight. More bushfires that the fire department have to deal with. Of course, they've been very busy today, so we're going to be talking about that as well. Tax on costumes. I go tell all that about that. I don't want to know about that one. I don't want to know about that piece. IRD and the Royal Grenada Police Force to meet with motor vehicle rental operators. You know, recently we have seen an increase in the amount of people who are offering vehicle for rental. You know, that service. You know, there has been an increase in that service. So we go tell all that about that. You know what I mean? All you as well. A man has been charged with causing death by dangerous driving. And we will tell you more about that in a moment. New potato planting technique introduced to farmers. Yes, and as well, imagine in the US, a mother seeks mercy for her ex-husband who has killed her 5 children. She begging, crying long tears on him. You know what I mean? Hear that piece. Cell phone falls as male prisoner is told to squat. I ain't making it up. SVG. Gonna tell you more about that. And serious, widely used cancer-causing pesticide linked to popular breakfast cereals. We're gonna talk about that. And we as well have a retraction of a particular story. We want to talk about that in a moment. All right. So, folks, I want to say thank you again for joining us and let you know that it's important that you share the program, because when you share the program, that is how other people get to know what's happening right here. We are taking a break. The headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean, Colombian, Emeralds International, and WPG10. When we come back, it's real news in Olilili Lolo. So stay tuned.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rate in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
The Courts Home event is finally here. Now's the time to get all you need for your home. Create your sweet retreat with our bedroom ranges. Level up the family room with high-definition TVs, entertainment systems, comfy sofas or sectionals. Enjoy more home dining with a new set. Getting into home fitness? We've got that too. And find something shiny and new for your kitchen. All at the Courts Home event, where we have it all.
All right, so folks, we want to again welcome all you, and we're ready to tell all you some news. Folks, now the first thing that we have to tell all you about, there have been some fires that the fire department has had to deal with today, yesterday. I mean, it's been a lot, yeah. It's nothing out of the ordinary, but it's just something that you need to know about. So there was a fire in Maran In fact, there's a fire right now happening in Maran. We just got a call from one of our associates there. Let's just go over to them. Let's see what's going on in Maran. All right, so folks, this is currently happening in Maran. As you can see, it is a fire that is very close to the road that the fire department, they're currently trying to put out. The cause of the blaze is not yet known, but I'm sure the police will get to the bottom of it. Yes, so far we have not had any information about any injuries or anything like that. We can hear bystanders through the video, but of course that's just people who are there just wanting to see, at least get a glimpse as to what's happening there. All right, and that's not the only fire that the department has had to deal with. There was another fire in Mount Morris. Yes, this is an abandoned building in the area. And so the police, the fire department had to do some work in getting that out as well. Yes, so we do hope that despite all that, the police will really get this thing under control. Yes, because it could be really difficult for them. I'm not sure if you recognize, but in part of the video you see that the police have to be running around and stuff like that, you know, trying to contain the fire. They really work hard. They really work hard, but they don't get the credit that they need. Sometimes we don't get to see what it is that they have to go through in putting out these fires. And so they've been appealing to persons to not light any fire unnecessarily. In fact, there's been a prohibition on the setting of fires. All right, although we are in the rainy season, but still we have to put up with dry conditions. As such, persons are being advised to please cease and desist from lighting of fires. I know that sometimes fires do light themselves. Somehow it does, right? But in cases where it can be avoided, the department appeals to the general public to please not light these fires. We are moving on. All I want to tell all you about the Spice Girls, the young ladies, the young ladies who let me show all you. Okay, hold on, take all the time with me, you know. Yes, our netball team and thing now, they are going to be representing Grenada soon, and it is something that we want you all to know about. I thought I had a picture, but it seemed like I didn't have it, you know. So that's small thing. That's small thing. Watch now. Sometimes I don't know what is happening. You know, everything I just have it sorted out, and then them things just disappear. And people ain't even making it up. But anyway, that's small thing. We'll get the picture and show you later. This picture is not that important. Just to tell you about what's going on. But I like to show you the faces. Now, the Grenada Netball Association, the GNA, has announced the national squad for the OECS ECCB International Netball Series set for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's from June 15 to the 21st. And representing Grenada at the series are Cecile Roberts, co-captain, Denise Cameron, that's the co-captain as well, Caroline Alexander, Letitia Kato, tall boy, Shakira Colimo, Arisa Edgehill, Shakira Fortune, Tiffany Frederick, Ann Lewis, and Tahira McDonald, also Renisha Stafford, and Sabrina Sylvester. The officials are Elsa Woodruff, team manager, Kathy and Gabriel is the coach, and Glennis Roberts is the delegate. And we have Devon St. Paul, who is the physiotherapist. Now, travel is set for June 14th, right? So they will be leaving Grenada this Friday, June 14th, via Liat, and they are scheduled to return on Saturday, June 22nd, via Liat as well. The OECS ECCB International Netball Series has replaced the OECS ECCB Under 23 Netball Tournament. Now, this new format provides an opportunity for regional teams to attain international rankings. Now, the series will be hosted at the Arnorsville Sports Complex St. Vincent and the Grenadines under the theme Excellence and Empowerment Through Sports. Now, we want to wish all the ladies and things good luck. You know, play all the best game and I know all the good at it. Yeah? So all you organize all yourself. Yes? Don't learn about the trouble all the way out there. If anything, just give us a call on Mikey Live and we'll put them on blast. I think I saw. Yes, hold on. I know that. You know, it's important. Folks, I got it. You understand? Yes, and folks, just stay with us. We have to tell you a little about the visa waiver story that we told you about last night. We have since sent out an update, and we would like to share that update with you for persons who have missed it. It's very important that we do so. All right, and on your screen, coming up right now is the team that we just told you about. All right, the Spice Girl team. I know we had it there, so we want to show you that. All right. So these are our team members, and of course, we want to wish them all the best while they go there and represent our country. Oh yeah. The next thing that we have to tell you about by the Prime Minister of Grenada, Dr. Keith Mitchell, and two other persons. We're talking about performers, King Scholar and Shotpree. They'll be in the Montreal, July 13. All right, at Vinet Park in Little Burgundy for Spice Island Cultural Day event organizers said. Now the event, now in its second year, celebrates the cuisine and the culture of Grenada, Carrick, and Petit Martinique. And last year's celebration attracted some 3,000 people, they say. And they are hoping that 2018 will be even bigger and better. In fact, we had the president, the Spice Island Cultural Day president, Theodore Blaise. He's a new honorary consul for Grenada in Quebec, was saying that they're hoping that this will be greater. He says that this year's theme is a taste of the Spice Isle. See that patrons are promised a next level culinary experience in a family friendly setting, along with delicious cuisine from across the Caribbean. This year's performers include gospel singers, soca artists, and you know, all sorts of performances, and inviting people to come out. They go nice. You understand? All yeah. Volunteers are needed for Spice Mass So the Spice Mass Corporation saying all this thing now. You understand? They are saying that they are inviting interested persons to apply for voluntary positions throughout this year's carnival season. They say that you are getting the opportunity to be part of the dynamic team dedicated to making Spice Mass 2019 a success. So what you have to do is you have to fill out an application form. All right, and it will be taken for approval. All right. Now, here are your conditions. You must be 18 years or older. You must have attained a secondary school level education. Must be able to work at nights. Must be willing to endure long working hours. Must be sociable and approachable, and must be responsible and dependable. All right. And for further information, you can contact 4000621, or you can send an email to admin@spicemassgrenada.com. You understand? So if I want to get busy, because I'll really get busy. You know, if you want to do some work for Spice Mass, then you know, give them a little checkout and thing now. You understand? And they go hook you up. Alright? Oh yeah. World skills. We want to tell you about that, boy, because that's an interesting thing that's coming up. They are saying that the stage is set for the hosting of the first World Skills Grenada competition, scheduled for 18th and 19th June 2019 at the T.A. Marisha Community College Hospitality Department. Now, the competition, modeled on World Skills International, a global competition, is being hosted by the National Training Agency in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. Now, the event is being staged under the theme showcasing youth skills for employment. Now, I think that's a really interesting competition, Olia. That is thing Olia to support. Competitors between the ages of 17 and 25 will vie for supremacy in 4 skills areas. We're talking about cooking, fashion technology, graphic design technology, and beauty therapy. Other exhibition displays include robotics, cosmetology, bartending, baking, and Internet of Things, bow tie craft, massage, or facial, among others. World Skills Grenada is a competition aimed at showcasing the technical competencies of young Grenadians in a variety of skills area. So, although I think that's a good one, you know what I mean? We got to big up the National Training Agency, by the way, for taking up the mantle on this one, all right? All the thing getting sticky now. The Inland Revenue Division, the IRD, wishes to advise the general public that in keeping with the provisions of the Value Added Tax Act 2019, the sale of fancy masks, carnival costumes will attract a 15% VAT as of the 2020 tax period. Now, according to the IRD, this was agreed to after a recent consultation held with fancy mass band leaders. However, as it relates to Monday night mass packages, please be reminded that the sale of each package will attract the 15% value-added tax as per normal. All mass band leaders who are not yet registered with the IRD, you are encouraged to register with the division for tax purposes by July 1st, 2019. Band leaders who have formed a company or alternatively operates in their own name like a sole trader, please note, for the company structure, the requirement will be to file and pay corporation income tax along with other applicable taxes. Or sole trader structure, the requirement will be to file and pay your personal income tax along with other applicable taxes. Now, the public is also informed that in accordance with the provisions of the VAT Act, prices quoted by promoters on tickets for all public entertainment events should be VAT inclusive. I don't talk. But hold on, I ain't done yet. Hold on, no, I ain't done yet. I'm going down now. The IRD and the RGPF is to meet with motor vehicle rental operators, and we've been telling you that there's been a lot of that going on. A lot of people are now offering vehicles for rental. Now, cognizant of the number of motor vehicle rental businesses operating in Grenada, the Inland Revenue Division, the IRD, is partnering with the Royal Grenada Police Force, the RGPF, to meet with persons involved in this transportation subsector. Now, the officials will meet with motor vehicle rental operators as part of an ongoing education drive to inform them of their obligations to the Inland Revenue Division and to discuss compliance-related issues impacting the IRD and the RGPF. Now, it goes on to say that all persons involved in the rental of vehicles are encouraged to attend this very important meeting, which will be held on Friday, this Friday, 14 June 2019, at the Ministry of Finance Conference Room from 10 a.m. Now, please make a special effort to be at this meeting, they're saying. And they're saying that this is a priority to the IRD, and they look forward to your usual cooperation. They're saying that the Inland Revenue Division is striving for greater taxpayer compliance. All you. Let's get a little serious now. No, we don't have a little fun and thing, but we have a little serious issue right now. So last night we was having a little fun with a visa waiver story. So we read that story, and it was to do with U.S. visa waiver program. Now, I'll have to admit that due to time constraints and enthusiasm to share the good news, we failed to validate the information, which turned out to be false. Now, it was due to our own fact-checking after the program last night that we noticed our error. And to admit also that it is customary that we fact-check each and every story before we publish. But we'll have to admit, in this particular case, we let our guards down and have fallen victim of falsified information. We wish to therefore express our sincere apologies and assure you that we will do everything in our power to ensure this doesn't happen again. I would also like to say that the one little good out of this is that I think it is actually something we should look at. We do have fun about the whole visa restrictions and reciprocating the same treatment, but I think it is something that our government should at least take a serious look at. Yeah? To add some value to our passport, to add some value to our destination, that anyone who wishes or sees it fit to impose visa restrictions on Grenadians, that Grenada reciprocates. Story end, the wire bent. We are moving on. So again, just before we go on, we want to apologize for having published this misleading information last evening. All right. Now, to update you on an incident that happened in April. Now, you guys will remember that there was a car crash. All right. Now, this is it. Now, the update that we have, Laverne E.K. Peterkin, 44 years old, boat captain of Frequente St. George, has been charged with causing death by dangerous driving in connection with the death of a 44-year-old Eddie Snag. Now, Snag succumbed to his injuries sustained as a result of a motor vehicle accident that happened on Tuesday, 9th April 2019 at the Kirani James Boulevard. You know? Now, Peterkin appeared at the St. George's Magistrates Court on Tuesday. The picture on your screen is Snag, okay? On Tuesday, 11th June 2019, and was granted bail in the sum of $50,000 with two sureties. He is to surrender all travel documents, shall not leave the jurisdiction without the consent of the court, and report to the South St. George Police Station every Monday between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. He will return to court on September 3rd, 2019. You guys, I'm sure you guys will remember this one. All right, we are moving on. Now, Olio, the next thing, new potato planting technique introduced to farmers. All right, and we have a special report on that for you from the Ministry of Agriculture in the person of Karima Lewis.
A collaborative effort between the Southern Agricultural District of the Ministry of Agriculture and the Chinese Agricultural Mission at Lasaja St. David has opened farmers' minds to a new and more yielding method to planting sweet potatoes. A training session on Wednesday at the Chinese farm at Lasajas saw the involvement of agricultural extension officers, farmers, and foragers. The session saw demonstrations from Chief of the Chinese Agricultural Mission, Sam Zhen, and liaison officer between the Ministry of Agriculture and the Chinese Agricultural Mission, Mary Sylvester. With this easier and more profitable method, Sylvester is convinced that it was well received.
I was very anticipated to do this one because now that we have the scarcity of provision, I think the timing is good. We have good alluvial loam soil and we have the planting material and we into the rainy season now, so I think it was a very good timing. I think most people would have grasped it, especially the 4-H officers. Know that they want to try it in 3 different schools, Roban Methodist, St. Michael's RC, and Cali's government. Even some of the farmers was very impressed that they want to try that method. It's a quick method, the Chinese method that you could use for harvesting or selected harvesting in a short time, 2 months rather than 3 months.
Chief Extension Officer within the Ministry of Agriculture, Randolph Shares, is encouraged by this new technique and is hopeful that it will be applied by farmers.
We are hoping that coming from this session today, that our farmers are going to try the new technique, compare it with how they normally plant, and at the end of it, they will do their own evaluation. At the session today, we had a number of extension officers, mostly from the Southern Extension District and also from the 4-H unit. They observed the technique, they saw the results, and in going out and advising farmers, they will introduce that new technique to the farmers who are not here. We had students here from the 4-H clubs. The students, we noticed that they were very eager. In fact, they are the ones who got involved in planting and trying the new technique and so on. And we are hoping that they will go back and use the new technique in the school garden.
Retired employee with the Ministry of Agriculture and longtime farmer Gregory Hagley commended the ministry on such an initiative and relayed his excitement towards applying the method learned during the session.
I think the training session today was very important for some of our farmers, because what we have seen here today, the method of preparation of the sleep and planting is somewhat different, and particularly for the children who are here. If we're looking at them as the children and farmers of tomorrow, it is important that you start now with them. The disadvantage between the production and of the Chinese and the production of the farmers, the difference is the method in which the Chinese do their land preparation. They use organic manure, they use NPK manure, and it's different to most of the farmers who sometimes use only organic manure, or they use no manure whatsoever. It's different to it. But the whole juice about it is, I think that we were not accustomed with that method of using the 5 nodes of the leaf to plant and get the kind of production that you get in. So I'm going to try it and see if I'm successful, and then I can spread the news to other people.
Results from this new technique is expected 2 months after cultivation. For the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Karima Lewis.
Thank you very much, Karima. And folks, we're moving on. Now, listen what we have to tell you about this U.S. mother who is seeking mercy for her ex-husband who has killed her 5 children. We're going to be telling you about that in a moment. And it doesn't stop there. We have more to tell you about as well. We are going to be telling you about a cell phone that has fallen off a male prisoner after he was told to squat. You can only use your imagination. And a widely used cancer-causing pesticide is linked to a popular breakfast cereal. We're going to tell you about that and more when we return with more news right here on Mikey Live.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
For me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
The Courts Home event is finally here. Now is the time to get all you need for your home. Create your sweet retreat with our bedroom ranges. Level up the family room with high-definition TVs, entertainment systems, comfy sofas or sectionals. Enjoy more home dining with a new set. Getting into home fitness? We've got that too. And find something shiny and new for your kitchen. All at the Courts Home Event, where we have it all.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rate in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
Alrighty, thank you very much. So which story do you want to hear first? Yeah, alright. Let's take the serious one first. No, this man wiped out his whole family, you know. He wiped out his family, and yet the mother of his children is asking for mercy for him. Look. Yeah? She's asking for mercy. Okay? You're getting to cry. You know, that's what Granny would say. You're getting to cry. What are you crying for? A U.S. mother of 5 children who were killed by their father has asked the jury to spare him the death penalty. Amber Kaiser told a court in South Carolina that Tim Jones Jr. did not show my children mercy by any means, but my kids loved him. The 37-year-old was convicted in May of killing the siblings, ages 1 to 8, at his home in August of 2014. Now the jury is currently considering whether or not he should be given the death penalty, but left it up to his ex-wife. Please don't kill him. Don't take his life. The children loved him. She said, I hear what my kids went through and what they endured. That's what the mother says. And as a mother, if I could personally rip his face off, I would. That's the mom in me. That's the mama bear. But she said to the jury that she has always been opposed to the death penalty. Don't do that, she says. She says despite that, she said that despite at times hoping the legal system would fry him, she would not ultimately choose to sentence him to death. He did not show my children any mercy by any means, but my kids loved him, and if I'm speaking on behalf of my kids, I'm saying do not. This is what I would have to say. Please do not give him the death penalty. You see that she was called to give evidence. But listen to the problem too, you know. Listen to the problem. I want all to see me face when I say any problem. All right? Listen to the problem now. The couple got married 6 weeks after meeting in 2004. 6 weeks. You feel you know the man. Eh? You putting up things on Facebook and Instagram and all kind of business. Oh, bae. Man crush. My lover. Like you have to tell the world you get a man. 6 weeks. And listen, you have some breaking the record too, you know. For some, 6 weeks is a lot. Some of all before, all you get to understand who the person, what the person last name is, all you putting up things on social media, me man, and all you changing all the name to the man's surname. All you don't even know him more. Anyway, let me leave that talk. Anyway, so they get married after 6 weeks. Huh? They say, and she said, and this is what she said. The marriage turned sour because he became religiously strict, demanding that a woman must be seen and not heard. The man don't change. He was always so. People don't change. You could quote me on that. And for the people watching on TV, quote me on that too. People don't change. They become comfortable with their environment. They become more comfortable with their environment. That's all. People don't change. So the man don't change. You didn't take time to know the man. And you want to say all man bad? You did not take enough time to know the man, miss. To talk about the change. Who sent you? Poor them children had to pay for it. So they had gotten divorced. She lead them children to stay with him because she said he was better off. He had an $80,000 job, a year job, and he had a car. So she left the children with him. They say one day, the man murdered them children. They say he went berserk when he found his 6-year-old child playing with a plug socket at their home. So he killed that child for doing that. And then he strangled all them others. I ain't making it up. They say he wrapped the bodies in a plastic and then he placed it in his sports utility vehicle and drove for 9 days. They say police stopped him because they smell death in his vehicle. Well, after 9 days, obviously, they stopped him. He pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. They say he snapped when his wife left him for a teenager who lived next door. So he get mad, tabanka. Everybody does get like a tabanka. That doesn't make you mad about your mad. Everybody does get tabanka. Welcome to the club. Everybody get a little piece of thing. You know what I mean? I get mine too. Man does end up all in hospital and they're gonna get a tabanka all in the madhouse. Nothing wrong with you. You know what I mean? You get your horn, you get tabanka, and you react, face the music. I don't talk that story now. Let's talk about cell phone. I taking it on my screen. You know what I mean? Anyway, lady that talk there, I'm coming up play crying and things. What are you crying for? You get thing to cry, you want thing to cry. The Loki is not Grenadians and Caribbean people have to deal with, you know, because more blows, you know. Yes, anyway, when I play crying and things like that, like if somebody hit you. You want thing to cry. Anyway. All here. So on another note now, the story that you want to hear about is a man they tell to squat a prisoner. They tell the man to squat. And they say when he squat, the cell phone drop up, bloop. Oh God, you know, like when all you ever know, like back in the day when you had to wash outside and you fill up the bucket first before you put it, back in the days, hold on, I want all of this in my face. Back in the days, we used to use blue soap and thing to wash. You know what I mean? So what we used to do now, we have the outside pipe. You fill up the bucket, and then, you know, sometimes you put the clothes in it and then you do the little thing with the blue soap. Well, pana, they say, you know when you drop the soap in the bucket, you bloop. They say, they suspect the panda, so they do the prison, they do anything in the prison. They say when they tell panda about squad, yeah, bloop. Yo! So a prisoner is expected to appear in court. So that was today actually. We got this one from the eyewitness, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, charged with possession of a prohibited item in connection with a cell phone that reportedly fell on the ground when he was told to squat in prison last week. And I like how police was write them kind of stories and things, you know what I mean? So the police are trying to be too graphic. They ain't trying to gross you out by being very descriptive. So all they say is a cell phone fell on the ground when he was asked to squat. So maybe it could have been somebody else's cell phone. Maybe he was in the roof. You know what I mean? Maybe he was under his arm. Because they ain't saying where he come out. You know what I mean? But they say squat. You understand? But anyway, lately that talk there. I don't really want to go through that story, you know, because I was saying that he just now. Alright. But how did I reach the pad there? Anyway, we have time. How we looking for time? Let me give you another story before we go. There is a growing concern about the harmful effects of pesticides and herbicides on people's health, particularly of children. The findings of a recent report from the United States suggests that traces of cancer-causing chemicals can be found in many of the popular breakfast cereals. Now, we don't mean to offend anybody, but news is news. We don't mean to offend any company, but news is news. All right? So we have a report that we monitored on the HTS's news force about this particular story. So let's go over right now, folks, to the HTS for this.
The cereal you've been eating may be behind your increased risk of cancer. One group linked to the organics industry made the revelation on Wednesday after testing various oat-based breakfast cereals, often targeted at children, including Cheerios and Nature Valley products. According to the report in October last year, all 21 of the products tested contaminated levels of glyphosate found in the controversial herbicide Roundup, which has been linked to cancer. Monsanto, the manufacturer of the weed killer, was ordered by the courts to pay billions of dollars in separate verdicts. In one instance, over $2 billion was to be paid to a couple who said long-term exposure to the product caused their cancers. However, the company spokeswoman, Charla Lord, said that an extensive body of science and the conclusions of regulators around the world show that glyphosate-based products are safe when used as directed. They also noted that although most crops grown in fields use some form of pesticides and trace amounts are found in the majority of the food we eat, they're working to minimize the use of pesticides on ingredients we use in our foods. Dr. Alexis Temkins says the Environmental Working Group uses a different measure for children as they believe exposure during early life can have more significant effects on development later in life. In 2015, the World Health Organization, the International Agency for Research on Cancer, determined that glyphosate is probably carcinogenic to humans, meaning it may probably cause cancer, and in 2017, California's Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment classified it as a known carcinogen. Glyphosate is used mostly as a weed killer on genetically modified corn and soybeans. However, it is also sprayed on oats just before the time of harvest as a drying agent, which kills the crop in order for it to be harvested sooner. This increases the likelihood of glyphosate ending up in foods children love to eat. Lizanne Boville, HTS News Force.
Thank you very much. And we are, in fact, running out of time. So what we have for you right now, folks, is the National Report.
Government pumps millions into SIAP Youth Development Project. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, June 12th, I am Rikisha St. Louis. Government has invested another $2.8 million in youth development as it supports the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program SIAP. More than 400 young people will benefit from a 10-month rural development training certified by the National Training Agency in over 15 skills. On Wednesday, 3 service providers, NULO, TAMCC, and GNTA, signed a Memorandum of Understanding for the program, which will target youth between 16 to 35 years. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Patricia Clark, highlighted the importance of youth training and development.
How do we empower youth? Through education. It is the one thread that no matter where you are in this world is a path for your development. And I really want to commend the institutions that are here because each of you represent key stakeholders for our youth. And when you look at the cross-section of programs that are being addressed in the training and the fact that we're targeting 400 young people from rural communities, every sector from ICT, renewable energy, agriculture, the marine sector, tourism, it tells you that if we continue to partner like this, many things can happen.
SIEP's program manager Byron Campbell says the 10-month program goes beyond just the training, but aims to equip the beneficiaries with lifetime qualifications.
We're looking for sustainable employment, sustainable jobs. The Rural Development Program, the SIEP program, goes beyond just the training because it has resources for business development, business financing also, grant support for the young persons who wish to go into their own business. So this is an important dimension of it. So one needs to see the linkages also, and also supporting those that, in terms of finding jobs, finding sustainable jobs. So it's not just the training, looking for sustainable employment as we go forward. This is a very important part of this particular program.
Each service provider will focus on over 5 skilled areas of training, including fish processing, web development, electrical installation, housekeeping, AC and refrigeration, agro-food processing, printing, and designing.
Our role in this involves provision of the occupational standards on which the training will be based. We have a responsibility for quality assurance in all the training programs and to certify the candidates that have met all of the requirements with Caribbean vocational qualifications.
We are happy to be part of the equation, preparation, opportunity, and which will give them success. We are looking forward to providing a quality and relevant program.
I watch a lot of our young people who have to pay for themselves, and most of the time, one of the things that makes some of them drop out, we have a good number of them who are single parents. And this particular project is identifying support for single parents.
SIEP is a 6-year program funded by the Government of Grenada, the International Fund for Agriculture, and the Caribbean Development Bank to reduce poverty and vulnerability in rural communities. Given the importance of agriculture to the socio-economic development of Grenada, the government has decided to make greater investments in the sector to make it more competitive. The OECS Regional Agricultural Competitiveness Project is one of the investments in the sector. Grenada is one of 2 regional countries that is implementing the OECS Regional Agricultural Competitiveness Project, AGRICOM. The project is being supported with US $4 million in financing by the World Bank. The objective of the project is to improve farmers' and fishers' access to markets. Addressing the weekly post-cabinet briefing on Wednesday, Minister for Agriculture and Lands, Honorable Yolan Bain Hosford, indicated the benefits of the project.
And the objective of the project is to improve farmers' and fishers' access to markets. The main target beneficiaries for the project are small-scale, organized farmers and fishers, aggregators and agro-processors, which include producer organizations, associations, cooperatives, or similar formal organizations with good legal standing, and small, medium-sized enterprises such as wholesalers, traders, lead farmers with legal standing to act as aggregators and industrial agro-processors. Okay, so persons like the Poultry Association, fishers organizations in communities, and so these small Grenrop, there's a group in Mount Tranquil, there are a number of groups throughout the island who can apply for support under this program.
The AGRICOM project team has had discussions with the Grenada Development Bank to work with potential beneficiaries. Minister Bain Hosford also spoke of the eligibility criteria that the farmers, fishers, and allied aggregators must meet.
The farmers and fishers and allied aggregators will be eligible only if they are formally participating together in a strategic, productive alliance approved by the project to pursue the stated objective. So they must work together. even though they have individual projects that they are doing, individual things. For example, you have a group of women, 10 women, who are doing different things in the communities. One might be doing confectionery, one might be doing hot pepper sauce, jam, jelly. They must come together as a team. They must come in a cluster. We wouldn't be funding persons individually, just coming with one product, So they must work together as a team. It is expected that the project would have 800 direct beneficiaries, of which a minimum of 25% will be female and a minimum of 25% will be youth, persons between the ages 16 to 35.
The Agricom Project Implementing Unit will provide support to applicants in preparation of business idea profiles once the call for proposal is issued. The project will issue its first call for proposals on Thursday, June 13th. This is the National Report. More news when we return.
Every summer, the Spice Island of Grenada is transformed into the Caribbean's biggest party, Spice Man. Come experience the warmth of our beauty stakes set to stage as the Queen of Carnival is crowned on Carnival Saturday, August 10th. And real 2 days of frolicking in the Caribbean sun kicks off on Monday, March 13th. Join us in the Jab Nation of Grenada.
On Monday, gathered at the St. David Health Center in
Mass 2019. Many events, one carnival.
Welcome back. Despite being a public holiday, dozens of residents from various communities in St. David on Monday gathered at the St. David Health Center in Bellevue to capitalize on a range of free oral health, chiropractic and massage therapeutic services currently being provided by a group of Grenadian and Canadian specialists. We get more in this Kevin Frederick report.
The Toronto-based Smile Grenada Carriacou and P.D. Martin Group, headed by Grenadian-born, Canadian-trained dental hygienist Vanessa Felix, returned to Grenada over the weekend for its second dental mission, this time targeting between 300 to 400 persons, including children. In September of 2018, with assistance from the Ministry of Health's Dental Health Department, Smile GCP held its first mission in Grenada at the Guave Health Center in St. John, where close to 200 children of school age and adults benefited from the 4-day dental outreach, which also included a trip to Carriacou. Felix told GIS that due to the huge success of last year's mission, they received several requests for their return, which is why they are back quicker than expected. However, at the start of their 2019 outreach, Felix met with senior managers of the Ministry of Health and later made substantial donations of toothpaste and brushes to 2 primary schools in St. David on behalf of our team. Currently, the mission has a total of 15 volunteers, which includes 3 Grenadians, one of whom is Dr. Sheridan Cyrus, who says that apart from giving back to his home country, he is equally happy to teach and promote the benefits of good oral care. For the National Report, I am Kevin Frederick.
That story just brought the curtains down on the National Report for today, Wednesday, June 12th. Let's recap the top story. Government pumps millions into SIEP Youth Development Project. On behalf of everyone here at the Government Information Service who have made this newscast possible, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Thank you very much, Rikisha, and everyone else who was a part of the production of the National Report. And it is now time for us to take a look at the weather and see what's happening. All right, guys. And we have received the information from the Met Office. That's the Point Lanes Met Office. And the weather is expected to be mostly fair with a low chance of a few brief showers and winds east northeasterly to east southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 25 degrees Celsius, and the tides is expected to be high at around 11:45 p.m. In terms of tomorrow, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with a low chance of some daytime showers, increasing in cloudiness by evening with light showers. Maximum temperature 31 degrees Celsius, minimum 24.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open waters. And that's your weather for tonight and tomorrow. Guys, I want to thank you for being part of the Mikey Life program, and we're looking forward to having you tomorrow, God's willing, again. All right, guys. Everyone on the program, big up yourself. So we want to big up Hazel, Camille, Casilda, Tanika, Kevin, Joan, my sister Lintona, Nika, Rose, Shomin, Lisa, and who else is there with us? Casilda, Stanislaus. Casilda, check me out. You're gonna get some free credit. All right, send me a message quickly tonight. Okay, send me a message tonight. All right, on Facebook right here, and we're gonna organize you with some credit as well. Zaka, gonna send you some credit as well. All right, just hit me up. All right, and yeah. So I did say I was gonna give some credit, right? And I'm gonna give my timekeeper some credit too. So Shireen, I gotta give you some credit as well. All right. So big up your whole self, and Padona Martin, big up yourself as well. You're gonna get some free credit on the program. Angel, big up yourself, and everyone else. Thank you for being with us. We're gonna give away. Probably we're gonna try to see if we can give some more credit later on in the week. Thank you again for joining us on Mikey Live. It's always a pleasure. And guys, be safe. All right. We want to be talking with you, not about you. So whatever you do, please remember that there's life, and you gotta do protect it. All right. At whatever cost. There's always life after whatever you're doing. So let's go now. You ready? Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we all say, Ja, no. Good night, everyone.